Arriving back in his hometown, Tadaomi glanced out at the sea and commented on how gorgeous it looked. His friend, Kazuyuki, apologized that he had to mind his kids after being away for so long. As the kids took off to play, a girl called out to him, asking if he had stretched to avoid cramps. Being the responsible adult, the girl, Mitsuki, told the kids to wear life jackets, but they found that lame and reluctantly allowed her to put the life jackets onto them. When one of the kids began to kick up a fuss and called Mitsuki's actions that of an old lady, she turned and gave him a withering glare, daring him to say it once more. Overhearing the commotion, Tadaomi offered to help Mitsuki, more to spare the kids rather than to help her. Tadaomi's offer was met with a reluctant acceptance from Mitsuki, who couldn't even meet his eyes with her own. As Tadaomi went to help one of the boys, the kid noticed Tadaomi's scar and commented on how cool it looked. Tadaomi casually explained that it came from a time where he almost drowned, but he was saved, and this was a result from being saved. The boys questioned if someone as big as him could even drown, causing Tadaomi to remark that he was once a kid smaller than them. When Tadaomi went to ask Mitsuki to back up his story, she seemed to ignore the question and announced that she's going to check on how safe the beach is, asking for his aid. Flashing back to the past, Tadaomi recalled that he was always weak and frail, so much so that he was often abandoned by the other boys. Tadaomi continued to recall his past with Mitsuki, who was his support as a kid, but more like his motivator, as she kept him going and his current physique was thanks to her friendship. But most importantly, she was the only person who never left him alone. But on one of those outings, something happened, and that memory distracted him from the current game of volleyball that he was playing. Due to a terrible hit, Tadaomi went stumbling back and landed on Mitsuki's airbags. Realizing that he messed up, Tadaomi began both apologizing and backing away, all the while Mitsuki got to her feet and marched towards him. With one swift and powerful kick, Tadaomi's pleas were silenced as he was sent flying into the sea. As Mitsuki pulled a classic tsundere pose, the others questioned if Tadaomi was okay, before commenting that he wasn't returning to the surface of the water. Upon hearing that, Mitsuki leapt into action and into the water, before surfacing and searching for Tadaomi, calling out his name. However, what Mitsuki did was spring his trap card, as Tadaomi violently emerged from the water roaring, attempting to scare whoever was there. Once he was done, he commented that he found it fun and reaffirmed that the beach is truly the best place to be. But to Tadaomi's disbelief, he saw that Mitsuki was red in the face and teary-eyed. Seeing that she was crying, he was stunned, but the moment was interrupted by everyone else arriving, asking why Mitsuki was crying and when did Tadaomi learn to make women cry. Tadaomi commented that the Mitsuki he once knew never cried, but she only swore at him and told him to leave. Realizing that this was a serious thing to deal with, Tadaomi asked Kazuyuki to give them some time, resulting in the others heading off to have lunch without them. As Tadaomi chased after Mitsuki, he commented that she's cried in front of him once again. Catching up to her under the sea arch, Tadaomi begged for her to wait, before apologizing for what he did, as he just wanted to surprise her rather than upset her. Mitsuki then apologized, explaining that everything was her fault and she was afraid that Tadaomi was going to disappear from her life forever. Tadaomi began to reassure Mitsuki, saying that the accident that caused the scar wasn't her fault. Mitsuki continued to lament her decision, saying that she shouldn't have dragged him to the sea on a stormy day, and if she didn't, he wouldn't be scarred and he wouldn't have abandoned her. Realizing that he wasn't getting through to Mitsuki, he grabbed onto her and told her that he didn't leave because of her and that he does want to be around her. Tadaomi explained that he was always alone because of his health, but Mitsuki changed everything for him. She took him outside, played with him, never let a single moment together be boring. Tadaomi continued to confess his heart out, how that when he saw Mitsuki cry on the day of the accident, he knew he had to be stronger, so that's why he left, to learn independence and to get the strength to protect Mitsuki. Crying more, but now because she was happy, Mitsuki buried her face in Tadaomi's chest, while he explained how grateful he was for her and how he wanted to be the man who suited her, who she deserves. Mitsuki, however, explained that she didn't care if he was strong or not, she only needs him next to her. The pair then shared a very tsundere interaction, with Mitsuki being all the tsun, while Tadaomi was being all the dere, both leaning closer to each other bit by bit. Finally, the pair kissed, as the emotions that had been on ice all those years finally thawed and erupted into a flame of passion. Mitsuki asked about Tadaomi leaving again, which he then let her know that he'll be returning to the town when he's graduated college. Seeing this as the last chance for a long time, Mitsuki asked for an internal memory to tide her over until he returns to her. The next day, Kazuyuki and the boys were seeing Tadaomi off, saying that when he returns, they'll go hiking in the mountains. The farewell was interrupted by Mitsuki kicking Tadaomi's ass, letting him know that if he cheats on her, she'll destroy his life. The boys, curious about the whispering, asked what's going on. Tadaomi then casually dropped that he thinks he'll be their uncle-in-law soon, causing Mitsuki to go bright red from embarrassment. Both Mitsuki and the boys questioned what Tadaomi meant, but he just told them all that he'll see them next year. In the most tsundere goodbye ever, Mitsuki told him, with love, that she'll fucking kill him and that he should never return.